Welcome back. Welcome back. I'm back. Welcome to the live. I'm a little closer now. I'm using a different so you can see me a little bit. Welcome back. I am Miss Marie, and this is Giving It To You Straight. Welcome, welcome, welcome. It is May 24th. It is beautiful Sunday, blessed Sunday, and we are live once again. My phone dropped on the last live. So it was going really, really good. Oh, welcome, welcome, welcome. I'm a little closer now because, oh God. Let me see if I can put this up some more. This is not going to pop out now, so there's no worries. All right, hope somebody comes in and look at the roots. Look at the roots. Welcome, welcome back. I am Miss Marie, and this is Giving It To You Straight. Something important and powerful. All right, so I'm going to just talk about, I want to talk about the sacred balance and the roots that you see there. So, of course, the roots, the tree of life, they represent very symbolic. It shows how everything connects. Roots, the earth, uh, and then we look at the moon, the ancestry, emotions, grounding, the trunk, the present self, stability, strength, embodiment, the branches, the expression of the sun, purpose reaches upwards. So the tree of life teaches you that you don't balance sun and moon. You root them into the earth so they could grow. And the moon feeds the roots. Your inner world nourishes you. The sun feeds the branches. Your purpose, your light expands you. The earth holds all things together, and your light gets a form. If one is off, no roots, you feel ungrounded and lost, and no sunlight, you feel stagnant, unseen, no earth stability, everything feels chaotic. Balance is something that you find. It's not something that you find. It's something that you create. You practice small, consistent choices, especially if you're intuitive and feeling led. Welcome, welcome back. I have lost my phone before. So anyway, the roots that you see here in this tree of life, your energetic message there right now is you're being asked to trust your inner knowing, but then actually build something with it. Not just feel it, not just dream it. Root it, grow it, and lead it. You're not just becoming aligned, you're becoming fully rooted, embodied, and expressed version of yourself when your intuition, your worth, and your power all agree. Welcome back to the live. So when you see those roots of the tree of life, you're essentially working with a living tree of your life within yourself. This is where your roots, right? This is when you're aligned. You trust your feelings without overthinking. You don't rush decisions. You feel what's true before you move. When it's off, confusion, overthinking, emotional overwhelm, organizing your intuition completely. Your moon, of course, that shows with the high priestess. This is your inner world, your intuition, your emotional depth, your signs, your knowing, your sensing before you act in. Yeah, I'm back. My thing fell. Oh my goodness. I had to stop it. My phone was hot anyway, so I needed a break. So welcome back. So looking at the roots, and the roots, of course, that is the living tree of life within ourselves. So when you feel grounded, abundance, receptive, you allow things to come to you instead of forcing them. Your life starts reflecting your inner values. And when it's off, you're overgiving, depletion, feeling disconnected from your body, trying to force growth instead of allowing it. So when your roots, when you are aligned here, you trust your feelings, and it shows. All right. So let's go ahead. Let me see if more people get in here. I was wanting to talk about the Gabriel. I wanted to talk about how to understand the archangels. All right, that is the topic today. I think a lot of you guys are ready to understand a little bit about Michael, because we always get that Queen of Wands, that Queen of Swords and that King of Swords, and it's telling you something very, out of all the cards that come out, it's all about the discernment and holding that, the Holy Grail, the sword of truth, it separates things for a reason. Yeah, I'm here back. So, anybody else is here? It's nice, tight, and secure. The only thing I'm charging it, once I charge it a little bit more, I'm going to take my charger off. So to understand the different states of consciousness, basically it's your awareness. And so when we understand that you don't experience life directly, you experience life through your states. All right? So when you're in a state of fear, you are experiencing life through that state. But when you're in gratitude, it looks like opportunities. All right? So, hey, Fred George, hi. So your states of consciousness are simply the different ways your awareness experiences reality in any given moment, not just what you think. All right? It's combined state of your thoughts, your emotions, your body sensations, your level of awareness. States of consciousness is the lens through which you perceive and respond to life right now. Change your state and experience, and then your reality changes. All right? Period. So calm and present, clear mind, relaxed body, aware of the moment. You respond, you don't react. All right? So we're going to go through the different states of consciousness, your subconscious, your dream state. All right? Symbolic thinking, less logic, more imaginary imagery, emotional processing, your higher awareness. All right? So I'm going to talk a little bit about that and how to shift those states. All right? Because they are, of course, temporary, changeable, trainable, and you are not just stuck in one state. You don't want to be stuck in one state. All right? So I'm going to bring a little bit about that and examples of your consciousness, the level, the states. At any given moment, they could change, and understand that with mathematics, I cannot explain it because mathematics evolves out of consciousness. Therefore, mathematics cannot explain consciousness, mind-blowing consciousness, connect consciousness, inhaling prana, life force. One of the ways you could get to really enhance your state of awareness. All right, so who wants to go deep? Just comment down below. For those of you that are seeking a higher level of understanding, are you ready? And how to understand the non-physical being, the reality is developing clairvoyant. It's like highly controlled form of psychosis, so you have to be very careful of it, all right? Through receiving all kinds of phantasmagorical beings around you all the time. And these beings told me to do this, do that. It can be very extremely dysfunctional. So our suffering, like when you get the Nine of Swords, all right? When you get the Nine of Swords, it's telling you something. This is not about cycles. This is about all structure. This is, anytime that you get the Strength card or the Death card, this is evolution, all right? This is a moment that all systems have to go, and then new systems are formed here, and we are in the age of Aquarius, all right? So out with the old, in with the new, shedding old skin. Hey, Brenda Branford, how are you? All right, so remember that we have to be careful. You don't want to become a mental patient through receiving all kinds of phantasmagorical beings around you all the time. And these beings told me this, do that, and it could become very extremely dysfunctional, because our suffering is hollowing us out with sharp knives to create space inside of us that can be filled with joy later. All right, and there are certain types of astral remedies. Some of us is working at a vibrational level that can help us in dealing with whatever those challenges are. So be aware of that. All right. So how do these things fit together? Who's here? I have 9 people in this live. I have Aquarian energy, especially going under the Aquarian energy. Good morning. Good morning. Divine morning to you. How to understand your archangels, your counterpart, Michaela. All right, has a counterpart. Everything's dual in nature through poles. All right, you're ready. All right. So a lot of times when you get the King and Queen of Swords, it's very important because that's one of the cards that really comes out. But then understanding duality and the polar opposites, everything has a counterpart to it. Period. All right, and you don't have to summon something that you already walk with. All right, this I had to learn. I'm like, wait, I'm doing that, and so it took me a while to even accept it because I'm like, wow, I didn't know that. All right, so I'm only sharing some of the knowledge that I acquired over the years. And listen, believe slowly, believe in yourself. I'm not telling you to believe in me. Or everything I'm saying is of, it might not be of your liking. You might not be ready to receive it, but that's up to you. I'm not here to change and to force anybody into my spiritual beliefs and understanding me and the connection to the divine. All right. Just be a little open minded to learning something new. That's it. All right. You make that final decision. And of course, we get duality, which is simply means two opposite aspects existing at one time. All right. And so that's how we get to understand life. But yeah, so we look at archangels, and they come from not as random beings dropped from the sky, but as personifications of the self-integrated polarity. Okay. So I know that might be a little difficult for you. So if those of you that are not ready, go and hi. Those of you that are not ready, you could just click off. You could just click off, or if you want to learn, right? So an archangel is what appears after polarity has been organized in order and unified around a function. All right, poles, raw forces, light, dark, expansion, contraction. So the role of these two forces, taking them into the psyche, the archangel stabilized, integrated these archetypes. Hey, you're back. And so these are principles with agency, not opposites in conflict. So a lot of times when you get the Temperance card is one of the most cards that speak of that, right? And how your angel doesn't leave you, all right? But to really understand it, that the better half of our human nature are angels, all right? Period, all right? Whether you understand it in different states of awareness, of consciousness, how you stay into these different states. Your body knows it, but sometimes you might not be aware of it, all right? So the Four Swords really speaks highly of that energy. All right. I hope it shouldn't fall again, but it's a little bit. I don't have that. Let's see here. What angel wants to come through here? If I get swords, it's Michaela, or the Strength card. All right, or the Justice card. Those are the ones that speak to me of Archangel Michael. All right. One more. And thank you. Nope. We got swords. One more. Oh, one more. Thank you. Wow, the ground wants to be included. Oh, wow. Oh, shoot. There we go. Holy. There we go. Oh, sweat. Thank you. Oh, sweat. Let's see here. Oh, look at that. Oh, sweat. All of them. Bam. Okay. Ooh, that was fun, right? Anyway, so of course we have Archangel, the Raguel, all right? So most of you know the Sagittarius energy. And when Raguel, listen, Raguel shows up a time in your life. That was fun, right? You seen that. Boom. This is when you're harmonizing. This is all about the harmonizing with the intelligence of the universe, knowing that you're part of this incredible, beautiful field that is unseen. We're talking about life force. You can't see gravity, but you see it as we orbit in through the universe, right? So you know. Oh, but anyway, it's incredible. So we have a lot of art. A lot of times when you get this, you don't have to summon something that you walk with. So becoming the alchemist here. All right, but one thing about this, it doesn't scatter the energy. Your energy can be scattered. All right, at our highest, the archangels or the hierarchy, that this is us on on a high, when we are high vibrational meaning. All right, but when we disconnected, or let me just, because it doesn't matter. I'm dealing with shadow at the end of the day. All right, I don't do reversals. Look at that. That was fun. Oh man. So this is us, right? And we're not powerless because anything is around you. So you could really come out of this problems here. When you suppress so much here, or when you're stuck in this denial, the loop, Gravity rise or falls, okay? So basically, if you understand gravity, the gravitational pull of the earth, and how does it falls, so that's a question that you have. All right, we'll talk about that in a little while. My focus here is on the psyche and the archangels and the stabilized energy. All right, and the universal functions as we operate, because we operate through them. Hey, Jamie. Hey, Jamie. All right. So how do they rise from polarity? Because you just asked me about gravity. Okay, so when polarity is not integrated, it shows up as chaos. This is why this show up like this. Projection and inner conflict here. When polarity is integrated, it becomes guidance, clarity, protection, and transmission. All right? That integrated state gets symbolized as this archangel. All right, here. This is why this came out last. All right. So anyway, an archangel consciousness that has resolved polarity now mediates for others. Okay. This is why these cups. All right. It blends this. It blends. All right. Water at the end of the day, you're psychic. All right. Going into the states of, the spiritual water, because psychic is fluid. Water, this represents the fluidity of the emotional realm. All right. And through that field, we could receive a lot of spiritual gifts. All right. But one thing about Raguel, he shows up when you have conflict with family, going through court, and then both. I mean, they could be in the same realm. It depends on your beliefs at the end of the day. All right. Not to get so technical. So bottom line is that when you have these two poles integrated, you'll be able to connect to your higher self, because the better half of our human nature are angels, and Michael shows up here strongly. You don't have to summon something that you already walk with. All right. But because look, mythology gives consciousness a face. All right, and archangels don't come before polarity; they come after integration. Period. So that's why usually we don't argue. They don't oscillate. They don't get confused. They don't collapse on one side. They hold what? All right. They hold the polarity. They hold the water. They hold it. They don't spill. All right. So, because people who are still polarized, which side is right? Is this good? Is this bad? People who are integrated acts. What holds both? What mediates this? What is an archangel? That's an archangel question when you ask these things. All right. And so, to understand the archangels and to stir that energy. All right. So don't drain your angel. All right. Who's still here? The ones that want to learn a little bit, we'll continue with this later, because there's a lot of here to show. The two sides of polarity show when the two sides are connected at the same line. All right. So understanding a little bit more. All right. Let me keep this here. Duality. Let's see what else here. Nobody has a question? Anybody has a question? I'm going to step back for a minute, and I'm going to continue this. If somebody has a question, it's not going to be an easy thing to understand unless you understand polarity, duality, contrast, integration, and then the sword of truth and the holy grail and the initiation of one of the highest initiates here that you're able to receive on your journey, into higher levels of consciousness and ascension in this life. Archangel Michael. This is why they show up here. And the feminine aspect, Michelina, which is here. All right. And of course, those are the holders of sword of truth and higher dimensional service to humans. All right. So they are also within you and they are service to you. All right. So when you're carrying the sword of truth, you're able to clear discern choices. You could eliminate unwanted influences. All right. In a non harmful manner, by the way. All right. So, nobody has a question? So, how to eliminate unwanted influences in an unharmful matter. I knew this was going to be kind of sticky because a lot of people don't really understand. Questions. How do you relax after a long day? But I had to bring this. I had to bring this today. All right. Um. So da 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 da. Discernment, integrity, alignment, divine order, harmony, balance, and revelation. Why some people don't invoke. Strengthens my clarity. You may not invoke because you don't feel right. You don't feel safe. Hi, hello, I came back. Hey, welcome back. All right. Listen, a lot of time when micro energy strongly shows up in people who sense subtle shifts of energy, they feel called to truth. Okay, they can tolerate manipulation for long, so you have to invoke, right, to be connected. But if you want to amplify your connection, you can simply ask, so you feel connection, protection, familiar, calm. It's all showing up here for you guys, right? So in the aspect of the archetypal, all right, same card teaching and learning. Yeah, it's still there. It's still there. It's still there because you wanted to know. I left it there. All right. So if you invoking Archangel Michael and how he could strengthen your clarity with this sword, the scales of balance, the sword of truth, even the alchemist, how you transform. I really want to get into the Temperance card. All right. I'm gonna go back and forth because I have the energy for that. All right. And so I'll come back. I think when I do a lot of my videos, I'm going to be talking about a lot of duality, which is really simple. Once I break it down and you understand video by video, you'll be able to watch it over and over again. All right? Because I do go back and forth a lot, and you might not be able to catch up with me. So when I do the videos, I'm going to start with the split of the universe according to ancient culture. All right? And so then you start to understand. You'll be able to determine, and you start putting the pieces of the puzzle together. Okay? You can watch it over and over again. Hey, good morning. Good morning, sir. Same card teaching and learning. No, I left that here. All right? So let's just get really, really deep into who? The Temperance. I love it. I love it. I love it. And what is the Temperance telling you? I have so much to share with the Temperance. Okay? We're going to get into that. And your fear, of course, is guiding you, is protecting you, and it's telling you something because it's part of your intelligence. So let's just get into the Temperance and the cup that you're pouring over. I believe some of this goes into more. It goes later on. All right, so we look at the tombs and the sarcophagus, right? The container. The Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. What you see there is a family with the same, all right? The feminine and the masculine. We could talk about the feminine. I could talk about anything. The feminine and the masculine side of you. We could talk about that and the inner child, how the inner child wants you to parent it through the world. Teach it, let it learn. All right, master those skills. I could talk about this all day long. This is one of the easiest cards. It took a lot to learn because we got to understand vibration, sound, frequency, and that you have your own sacred, unique vibration. All right, and this metaphor they use as a metaphor and understanding like there's symbols and there's signs and there's synchronicities and there's, of course, when you understand, through your body because you sense it, callings that come to Saturn's return for me. All right. So when you are 20 something, 60, 50 something, and then when you are 80, you get the calling. That's why a lot of people give themselves to God. They go to church. Yeah, that's why they say, oh, I hear the calling. I hear it. Yay. They take years. But anyway, the Temperance, all right? And how to correct your temperance, and if you tend to attract attachment, overthinking relationship, or even your land, because they have two here. They have land, the land cup, which is here, and then you have your river cup, all right? Your water cup. So you have two cups there, and if you look symbolically as you're pouring, so it's telling you something really, really important there with the Temperance card, all right? So the water cup, the one that you attract, attach, overthink, relational loops, the land over, you pour. Which one you pour? Which one you turn to attract or burn out and miss? Love opportunities here and rush purposes. Because this is telling you something important. This is one of the most important cards here. All right? Like chessboard itself as a tool, same as my daughter as a pawn. So this is telling you something very important. You're not really looking at it because we get caught up with a, oh yeah, you testing the waters. Oh, are you all in or you all out? Some of us go all in, or we all in, or we all out. All right. So the temperance is telling you something very important, because the river doesn't need you to push itself downstream. It follows the channel and asks you after the typical day, do I feel mentally, emotionally drained? All right. But my work is fine. All right. Overpouring the what? The water cup. Or do I feel physically and outwardly drained? All right. And emotionally, I could keep going. You overpouring the land cup. All right. So look at these cups, which is very important when it comes to your temperance. Find the ratio, and that goes into physics. All right. So I'm gonna take another quick break, and I am going to get heavy on that temperance card. We're going to discuss that temperance card really, really heavy, and how to understand it when it comes to love, all right, and the potential and the emotional blending. But it requires maturity. It involves two very different energies, learning balance. But if you handle it with patience, it leads you to celebration. It leads you to stability, all right? So if your energies rush, all right, are you pulling back slowly? Things slow down, all right, because then we got justice here, and the details changes how the temperance in the environment is playing out. So we have to understand that, and once we start understanding, oh wow, I was rushing it. It's not time yet, all right, because when this steps in, this correction, this is a recalibration of your energy. Maybe you guys are overworking in the connection by yourself. I mean, it could come to love. It could go to you putting more and investing more in your future now after years of struggling, because this is what it leads to, right? Now you're finally learning how to have moderation, right? And so to understand the temperance and the middle space between extremes, all right? Uh, it is not about choosing one side. It's about holding both without not breaking. All right. So we go between fast and slow, between light and dark, the balance between thinking and feeling, and the awareness, and what the middle is. Okay. This is where you're present. This is when you're not pulled by past or future. And when you are centered, you're not reacting or resisting. Opposites don't fight. They coexist. All right. It's not. This is energy is not neutral in a dull way. All right. The middle is where the mind and the heart becomes coherent. The mind stops over controlling. The heart stops overthinking. Right. Remember, the heart sends more signals. That's 40,000 neurons, by the way. It sends more signals to the brain, and the brain does to the heart. All right. This is science. The Heart Math Institute. Everything I'm giving you, you could go Google it up. All right. But it requires deliberate patience and doing the work that actually one a step at a time while he's alone. That even if you're in a relationship, all right, this shows a man alone. Why is this man alone? Because now he's calm, he's present. All right. So the energy of this very powerful card of the Eight of Pentacles is give us that, wow, with patience and perseverance. Well, past perseverance, we could really take our time and be detailed. But sometimes we could get stuck in routine. But anyway, understanding at the end of the day that the sense is always temporary, so nothing is permanent. You could have that. You could have this moment for a little while. All right, so it's okay, because sometimes you need the anger. You're not gonna be in this angel because he needs you to fight. All right, something that's within us. We carry both light dark energy, and when it comes out here for me, a lot of times is it going into your future? Are you going back to the past? Because the alchemist, he transmutes challenges into confidence, wisdom, power, and growth here. All right, and my energy is fluid, adaptable. I choose balance. I choose calm and empowerment. I am the alchemist of my life. I'm turning stress into strength. It shows you here. All right, and so I'm aligned with the energy of love, purpose, and effortless flow. And so what I release creates space for powerful, positive transformation. All right. So learning, believe slowly, learn, teach others, and just always create space. And it's not about it's not about expectations on other people. It's your standards. All right. Your standards is not how someone behaves when you don't have clarity yet. It's things, when there's things are tender, when there's no guarantee. Because we all have the capacity here, all right, to remain present and we have the capacity, because a new version of ourselves, it has to emerge. All right, and then that lasts for a little while. It's not about intensity. It's about consistency. Okay. So what else? We're gonna do a little bit of that, of the alchemist. What the alchemist is telling you, you have the power within you to transform, to transmute energy at any given time. It doesn't have to be high vibration, and doesn't mean that you are better than other people. All right, that means that you're quieter, you're calmer. All right. So understanding a lot of transmuting pressure into confidence, aligning with your highest good, turning nervous energy or restless energy into clear expression. Hey G, and purpose action. Okay, I'm grounded, I'm centered, I'm aligned. I'm constantly transforming those stagnant energy into calm, focused power. All right. Every breath I take resets my energy and restores my balance within me. All right. Especially with this energy, it's an overly dribbling nature. All right. I release what no longer serves me. I welcome renewed, elevated energy. Every breath renews me. I release what no longer serves, and I welcome higher vibrational energy. I transmute, I challenge it into wisdom, confidence, and growth. You got to start speaking these things. My energy is fluid, adaptable. I choose balance, calm, and empowerment. I am the alchemist of my life. I turn stress into strength, intention, and into reality. You got to continue. When you see this card, and finding your center, when you return to that stable inner position, the part of you that is grounded, clear, and reacting, and not reacting from fear, right? It's that emotional balance point. When you're centered, you feel, even if the emotions are strong, you respond instead of reacting. Even like, look, I had a conversation with somebody, and I know that he was reacting. No reaction is still an action. You understand me? So if somebody's trying to be nice to you or leaves you, even if somebody says something to you that you didn't like, right? And you still kind, you could have the right to tell them that is rude, and then they're gonna think about it. If they stay quiet or they stay looking at their phone, or they stay look, you still reacting. Respond back. Even if you had a disagreement with somebody, you don't have to agree with anybody. The most courteous thing to do is respond. You reacting by you not saying nothing. It's still a reaction. So you got to really understand that. I had this situation happen, and I was able to confront it, and I was like, that is so rude. You hear me speaking to you, but when you're in your feelings, you're going to react. So any reaction, right, is still an action. So you respond instead of reacting. When you stay quiet, that means you're in your feelings. All right? That's when you're off center. All right? Then that's when you're reacting from pride, fear, or hurt, or you're trying to control an outcome. All right? You may be anxious about how someone feels about you, or you're overthinking everything. You need to, it depends on who. But you have to respond. Hey, okay, I didn't agree with that. Like, I'm trying to get your attention about something, and you don't. It's okay. Tell people, hey, I don't feel like talking this morning. I don't feel like talking. It's okay. Set boundaries, healthy boundaries. You need them. You don't let nobody plop, 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 plop. Come on. Step back. If they take your shirt, give them your pants as well. Really? If they take your shirt. All right. Anyway, so when you are centered, you feel like I'm hurt, but I won't explode. Love center. I care about this, but I'm okay either way. I want this, but I won't beg for it. I love you, but I won't abandon myself. That's inner stability. I like that. You got that from the Bible, right? If you Jesus teaching. Anyway, the Temperance card. All right. Physically, it's about balance, flow, healing, and moderation. All right. This is the card of adjusting, blending, and finding a healthy rhythm rather than pushing extremes. It could look like slowing yourself down to stay balanced, creating healthier routines or habits, healing the body, the mind, the emotions. Gradually, this is why I came out sideways. Mixing parts of your life together smoothly, taking care of your energy levels, moving calmly, steadily, practicing patience with your body and your emotions, avoiding drama and extremes, learning moderation in food, in sex, in emotions, in spending, in your lifestyle. It's not a drinking card. All right? Restoring my peace after chaos. The symbols here matter. The angel pours water between cups, symbolizing emotional and energetic flow. One foot on land and the other one in water represents balance and practicality with emotions and alignment, outward action, right? Between inner feelings and outward energy, right? So you really, when you look at this card and it's physical, I mean, I could give it to you in any given form, but you need to understand who could keep that center. So you know people are lying to you when they say, oh, today, maybe a week, but let somebody step on my feet. How could you hold it? I feel like kicking you. The angel, look at the angel. You find that angel, you know. Anyway, not forcing and not suppressing here. And this is what we do. We suppress. We got 2 8s. And, yeah, you know what? I'm going to end it with this card because when I end the live, if you guys have a question, go ahead. I'm going to show you the secrecy, how to move without, we're going to talk about this card. I'm glad it came out. All right, not suppressing. All right, now we got to be this good guy. I'm like an angel. You know, I love when people say, oh, she reminds me of an angel. She wants you to see that part of her. She's not showing you these. All right? Anyway, who could keep that? And that's a lot because we cannot keep that middle for so long. Everything is permanent, period, not the end. That's why we got to keep making different choices, how to stay balanced every day or once a week. Remember, you got to remember, don't react, respond. We got to keep, we got to take up all that, right? All that energy from the outside pressure, the world, and how to really, all right? Especially when it comes to sexually, because the energy is often soft, connected, emotionally aware. It's rhythmic and patient rather than impulsive. You know, the body language is calm, and you don't want it. You don't. No, I don't like it. He's gonna take too long. Nah, I don't think I know. I think I'm ready. Man, it's got to be calm. It's boring. This is why the ego gets bored because the ego wants. I want it now. Ooh. And then the justice causing effect. Oh, remember, I'm trying to fix stuff for you. Cosmic calibration. Oh no. Now your body. Oh woo. They're making me wait. Woo. You know you're about to pop. They ain't no way. That lion. This. What? Come on. Who the hell me wait? So you know when people say that to me, I just laugh. Really? Now I mean, you know, so we got to really at least be honest. Damn it, you know. Well, damn, you're moving too slow. Shit, man, I got needs. You know, you know your relationships. We gotta. This motherfucker, baby, calm down. We don't gotta do it now. Listen, have fun, man. Just listen. The shadow side, moving too slowly. A lot of times you move too slowly, avoiding conflict to keep peace. All right, emotional numbness disguised as balance, staying in limbo instead of making a decision. All right, at the healthiest, this card, body, spirit, learning harmony, flowing in sustainable healing way. All right, it's healthy, but it depends on your choices because that's what balance is about. Making small, consistent choices. And you get that earlier with the lovers because we ended on that note, right? Remember we had the lovers? All right? It's not always a cheating card. This is what we have to do the work. The Temperance tells you, all right, this is bringing the invisible into form without losing the angel, the high intelligence, not the ego. All right? We got to really pay attention to this card. We really got to pay it because everybody really got to. When I do these 7-day, I'm going to check your energy for the next 7 days. I'm really going to help you with this card because people are really throwing you off the game. Once you learn this mother effort, you will never be this energy again. I guarantee you that. Look at this. Carrying the swords, leaving these behind, and now you got them all down here. Now you're the good guy. All right? Now you're avoiding truth. All right? It's not people on that cold distance. They leave, the ghost. Oh, you ghosted me. All right, so I understand this energy. You really got to have people are really messing you up. I thought strategically living was great, but it's holding you back from the surrender. You're not gonna let the universe surprise you. Oh no, I gotta hold all this. If I value honesty, man, I gotta speak my truth. I gotta speak it. What the hell I'm doing? I'm not holding on. I can't do that. But anyway, remember that you're higher intelligence being, not the ego. This is not about personal willpower, purpose, and especially at the temperance flows through what? When you adjust, it doesn't need force. You start pushing. You start tuning in. All right? And the temperance, of course, feels slow because refinement takes longer. All right? The fire and the devil is only refinement if you stand long enough to it. And when you don't understand the devil, you're gonna really have a hard time. All right, you gotta understand the devil. It didn't show up here. You gotta understand the devil in these cards, and you change your whole perspective, your whole dynamic. Boom, you be like, oh, okay, all right. So anyway, this is mastery. This is the apprenticeship. This is why this shows up here. Understanding these cards on a higher level of awareness. I'm gonna take you far and beyond. No. Fight the devil. No, integrate him. You integrate. That's a dark side. That's the dark side of you. You're not understanding. Now you integrate it. You don't fight him. You said, this is what we're gonna do. I'm both in one. You emerge a new creature because you have it in you. What is the difference between this animal? This one cannot be domesticated. The goat can. You could go to the petting zoo. You gotta start looking at the analogies and the symbolism. You could go to a petting zoo. You could pet a goat. Can you go stick your hand in the mouth? Hell no. You won't make it. But anyway, understanding a little bit here when it comes to those extremes. All right. Refinement takes longer than ambition. All right. And then it feels slow because refinement takes longer. And the mastery of the apprenticeship to your own calling, repetition with awareness. Symbolically, you're no longer becoming, you're recalibrating. All right? When you know that you're in temperance, you'll notice your work feels quieter. You see that? Look at this. Ooh, all right? You feel your work feels quieter but stronger. Fewer extreme. You're more consistent. Okay, people regulate around you. Timing improves without effort. You don't rush. You don't stall. If temperance is honored, the devil power and the attachment are tested. If temperance is bypassed, burnout, confusion, ego loops. The temperance here is the purpose, right? Because we all got a purpose, all right? It's learning how to carry yourself without spilling. All right, so it's just simple little things that little different techniques. All right, you recalibrate, baby. That's right, Chambers. All right, and you fight the devil. This is what the church says: fight the devil. I don't want to hear that church talk. Don't do it here. All right, learn. When you learn, why your devil's here to teach you. All right, and then I don't. No, I'm not gonna talk about it. I don't wanna talk about it. But anyway, you'll learn little discernment. All right. If you don't know if you don't know how to decode the Bible and know the Bible, don't, no. All right. There's an energy that's in you. This is why there's so much, this is why there's so much chaos going on in the world. Because you want to put your face on a monster. All right. We want to put face on this. No, that's you. Don't do that. I don't want that here. All right. You can say no. All right. Amen is amen. Go look it up. It's I concur. I agree. Amen is accepted. Not that's all scary nonsense. Amen. We could use that. Yes, I agree. Thank you. Thank you. I'm so humble and grateful. Thank you. Amen. 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 They speak a lot of things. But I just teach you. Listen, this is a different way, and we all doing the same thing. Anyway, at the end of the day, we all doing the same thing. Because when you look from the devil outside of you, everything in your life is gonna look like a curse. All right, and then you're gonna start doing this. All right, you're gonna move without secrecy. You gotta learn how to move without secrecy. This is not cold. All right, you gotta stop hurting people. You gotta stop treating people. You just move differently. All right. I'm here to help you awaken to you. You already know these things. And when the temperance shows up, I mean, it's much, much more. This is the idiom here. The idiom, as soon as I seen it, you putting your best foot forward. You're going to make the best possible impression by acting energetically, politely, and presenting your most positive qualities, especially at the start of a new task. You meeting new people. There's a situation. You're showing commitment and trying to, your hardest for a good outcome. You're giving everything your all. All right, you're being determined. You're showcasing your best self. Some of you guys got a job interview. There's a new endeavor, and of course, we're gonna behave real good. All right, we're gonna behave. 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 We You're not showing. You showing. You have to understand this. Then your devil's gonna show up. Oh, I didn't know you was like that. Oh wow, that other side of me came out. All right. So embarking here and and of course undertaking as much effort and determination as possible. You know, when we behave very well in order to gain someone's approval. Uh, when you get, well, you know, if a lot of you guys might be visiting somebody, girlfriends, that's parents here, you're gonna try to be very polite, very helpful. You're gonna try as hard as you can here. Hey, in this weather, sleep. Man, I slept like 10 hours. I slept 10 hours. All right. You go to sleep. I'm gonna stay another hour. All right. No, I lost my other life, Stevens. If you got a question, go ahead. All right. But anyway, physically, the Temperance is just about showing up the best version of yourself to succeed in any situation, okay? On my first day, I plan to put my best foot forward to show my enthusiasm and my great work ethic. I'm making a good impression. I want to be seen as capable, polite, professional. So if you come for that, make sure that you put your best, you know, dedication, effort. It involves giving something you're all working hard and being committed to a goal. Starting strong, all right? It's often used when beginning something new, like school, a year, a project, or setting a positive tone. You always want to be the best version. Exactly. You're walking, you're dancing, you're marching, you know. You start walking or dancing with more graceful, your shape, your leg forward. You're just looking better. All right? Always try to aim for the temperance. And it's okay when you don't feel like it. And practical ways to live temperance, all right? Start by choosing a range, not a goal. Temper doesn't like absolute. Instead of I'll finish everything, I'll give it 100%. Choose minimum viable effort. All right, today I'm going to work between 60 and 80, not 110. All right, don't do 110. All right, that range is the two cups. All right, touch both elements daily. Temperance requires water and land every day. Water is your inner, right? Your journaling, your quiet time, music, prayer, walking without input, all right? And everything else is concrete. It's physical movement, tangible progress, all right? It's okay if one is skipped. If one is skipped, just you fall off the ratio, all right? You be like, man, I didn't do that. You know, you always feel that little energy, okay? When it comes to love, gentle, common energy, thoughtful actions, all right, with your partner, taking things slowly. Baby, what do you want to eat? Where you want to go, you know, make rubbing your back, just do little nice things, all right? But you know that's not gonna last forever. Well, you know there's something brewing right behind it. We can hold polarity for two truths and two things at once without wanting to choose. Why am I being so nice? Why am I you know, being thoughtful, kind? But remember that it's all about making choice. This is why we start with the lovers, all right? Creating something beautiful, all right? Exquisite, not getting carried away by emotions, letting it flow, seeing things from each other's perspective, not rushing into things, okay, or being overly aggressive. All right, so beautiful card. It is a very high vibrational energy. It's very enthusiastic. So the goal here, all right, is not always to destroy completely, but to understand both parts of you, integrate them, transform them into wisdom and strength. All right? And work on those because you have tribes of the souls, you got testers of consciousness, all right, you got this fourth growth and within yourself to be aware more, all right. And then when it goes into the devil, which it didn't show up, all right, because then the devil takes you somewhere else, all right, and it's that dark soul, all right. And when you understand the devil, then you'll be like, wow, all right, because it's really about temptation, it's about pleasure, all right. It's really about that. It's about premature power. Okay? So it's basically when you get the devil, it's the offer to get the thing that your soul longs for. Without the death, that makes you worthy of it. All right? Without the death. So it isn't in begging to be separated from the hard things. Okay? It's descending into that final test. All right? God, lead me not into the temptations that confuse ego for destiny. All right? Lead me not into those glittering lies. All right? Capricorn. Lead us not into temptation. It's a code for declaration. So, you know, let the fire refine you, but never don't let it let you fall asleep. All right? Because fire is sacred, but only if you walk through it. All right. A lot of times we want to go ahead. Oh, I want it fast. I want it now. All right. We have to learn how to use the that fire as refining, and when we understand the self-restraint, discipline, and the hard work of the devil, god of the underworld. All right, the goat of the underworld. The chain links them to the underworld, a vault box in a square. The vaults are usually built into a building structure state. Remember, that's a very structured energy. And you guys get scared of it because you're not aware of it. As Azrael, the archangel Azrael, okay? So when you really understand the energy in the vault, which I'm going to explain more of that, but I'm going to take a quick break. I'm going to come back with the Seven of Swords. All right, yeah, it's a sneaky energy, yeah. But why? Why? What is going on in the person's mind that they feel like they got to walk in secrecy? Are they scared of what could become? Do they know it's right? You know, if I stay, I don't know what could happen, right? So I'd rather leave in secrecy. Do they don't want to be the bad one to say, you know, it's over, or they leave the door lingering. All right, sweetie, come back later, okay? All right, sweetie, come back later. I'll be right back. I'm gonna take a quick 2 minute break. I'm gonna explain this card, and then you gotta understand really the vaults that are usually built into the structures of the devil card, and those safes that are freestanding, independent, and portable. A vault is treated as a room, and it's of course is reinforced with a steel door to the other. Of course, the security the standards there. All right. Essentially, it's a safe with steroids, electrical or telecommunication equipment, and it protects them from the weight of the earth. So please understand your energy when it comes to that devil card. I'll be right back. What you said? Snack time. Yeah, sneak. But why? You have to go beyond you got to go into the psyche and why people operate like this. All right? All right? And if you know it, this is where you stop it. I think because of course 7 are spiritual pressure points anyway. And the universe is telling you something, you know? Especially when you get those 7s. Snack time. I'll be right back. Yeah. I'll be right back. I'll be right back. I'll be right back. Son of man, son of man, son of man. I didn't even get into the da 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 da. Oh shoot, man, my hip hurt. We're gonna stay a little bit longer here. We're gonna go into that 7 of. We're gonna go into that 7 of Swords and the mental guard that brings, and how to trust. So I'm gonna go into the 7 of Swords. I'll be right back. Oh man. Ivan, you gotta work tomorrow? Oh boy, oh boy. Let's get back. Who's here? We 2 people? Oh, 5. Okay, hey guys. I'm back with a little Shabani flip. Shabani, let me get a little quick snack. No. Don't do that. I don't. And that I don't judge people about in the uh Geminis, what he said, smoke crack. Who you smoke crack, Geminis? Snack time. This is the level of understanding. Wow. You don't have nothing else better. Do you smoke crack? Wow. Sense of humor. This is when we don't want to deal with reality. What is your environment like? This is when we don't deal with, this is the nonsense that we get. The stupidity. All right. Anyway, these Shabanis are really, really good. I'm going to have a little bit. And then we're going to go into the 7 of Swords. For those that want to know, yeah, don't pay them no mind. All right. Let's just remove that nonsense. One more out of that and I'll block him. All right. Anyway, this yummy dessert. Very good for your stomach. Anyway, I wish I had I think you can see it closer. We're going to look at what 2 of Swords you're leaving behind when you get this. You want to go into that? Who wants to go into that? Wow, wow. All right. Oh, you're talking about how you relax after, oh. I forgot how you relax after a long day. I forgot that that's there. Oh, I'm sorry. I forgot that. Well, listen, we don't want to put that there. All right? I'm gonna put you on timer for 24 hours. No judgment, nothing. I really don't care to get that energy out here, okay? We're trying to help people heal. We're trying to help people heal and get people in the right mind. And when you have mental guard, you overthink protection. All right? So the 7 of Swords, trust issues. Moving in silence, basically. Feeling like you have to protect yourself emotionally, not fully. This is what happens when we don't really truly reveal our true feelings, all right? When we avoid emotional decisions there with that 7 of Swords. So if you got with a person that's emotionally guarded when you get that, all right? So we could look a little bit more into the 7 of Swords and their behavior and their hidden behavior and the heart center, all right? This is that emotional truth, vulnerability, compassion, genuine love, and openness. The desire to connect honestly and safely is a part of you that could be, right? That could, it could be them or it could be you. I want real love, no games. The 7 of Swords of love. This card brings avoidance and emotional withdrawal. Okay, so when you get this card, whoever it is, whether it's you or them. Hey, Roosevelt. This energy is saying that, right? People hide their feelings, and there's fears there because acting strategically instead of openly, sometimes deceptive, but more often it's more self-protection. No, you got to understand, it's deeper than what it shows there, because it's an open field there. A lot of people that go away to camps and war, they come back with PSTOD. What is that called? When they come back with that, and sometimes this is the way that you know how to protect yourself. So this is very, very deep, and I think we all carry this energy within us. All right, we all have these secrets, or we have to feel like we have to carry all this, strategy, all the things that we learn. We try to keep things from other people. Or even we scared to share things because of fear. This is because of fear. I'm afraid to share what I learned because I'm afraid that somebody's gonna go, or even what I share here. A lot of the tarot readers throughout this platform, or even in other social platforms, they have a totally really big advantage over my little family that I have here. But I'm seeing more as a family than you watching me. You understand? So my interactions here are here more genuine. I'm not afraid to share the knowledge that I acquired so it could help you. PTSD. All right. I don't mind. This is what we're supposed to do. All right. But we don't share because we get scared. Am I gonna say the right thing? Am I saying the right? Who has time for that? All right. If you're confident enough about what you learn and what you acquire over the years, share that with other people. All right. Uh, I love that. But anyway, if you value honesty, if honesty is the top value, the seven swords lying or hiding, your feelings will feel heavy. This is heavy. This feels really heavy. All right. Even as freedom. When you see the devil card, you see the freedom, right? So it's like it's your top value of freedom, right? Controlling situations of people will feel restrictive, all right? And a lot of times you get that eight of swords and the devil. So your values show up in everything you do, from your love, self-care, your work. So those values are guiding principles or qualities that shape how we live, how we choose and respond. They're what we honor, okay, as the most important in ourselves and in our relationships, all right? And then freedom and being, in an automatic hide their true feelings, right? Yeah, and they do that, all right? Anyway, a lot of people, like I said, I leave because I'm afraid what it could become, or I know that it's wrong. I know that it's wrong, so that's why they ghost, right? And people that live strategically, at the end of the day, they'll leave you stuck, trapped, or they'll use what you know as gaslighting, right? So we need to look at the person's behavior because this is not always malicious, all right, or deceptive, but more often self-protection. It's not always that energy, right? A lot of times I feel something, but I don't feel safe enough to show it. Okay, is the connection safe enough for the truth to come out? All right. So a lot of times, but because people are not aware, all right, they'll tell you anything because that's all they know. All right, they lacking because they holding all the insight, all the information that they should be sharing with you. All right. So at the end of the day, you got to earn my surrender. You cannot surrender to to falseness. So a lot of you guys surrender to love. People should earn your surrender, all right? Just don't surrender to anybody's, the dynamic of it anyway, all right? Because a heart that feels deeply but don't fully reveal itself. Because when someone cares but doesn't express it directly, there could be mixed signal, right? Mixed signals. They want one moment, the other moment they distant. They emotionally honest internally, but guarded behavior externally. Okay? And so in relationships, one or both people may be protecting their heart instead of sharing. All right? Or there can be an emotional walls. Even if the love is present, okay? Trust becomes a center issue here. Not because love is missing, but because transparency. All right? So the shadow side of this, because it goes into the eight of swords, suppressing real feelings, lead to misunderstandings. Okay? And then the distance happens. Passive avoidance instead of direct communication, emotionally strategizing. All right. And so instead of vulnerability, it could feel like somebody's loving me who wasn't, who's not going to really show up. And so the one that feels deeply but keep slipping away. All right. So anyway, the energy at the end of the day, the high expression is learning how to trust with the heart instead of outsmarting it. Because at this energy, at the end of the day, you're trying to outsmart your heart. Yeah, earn surrender and earn respect. Okay, I like that. So anyway, at the higher expression, learn how to trust with the heart instead of trying to outsmart your heart. You move from defense to openness. Choose honesty even if it feels risky. So if you evolve, the heart center says love is here And the seven of swords says, yeah, but I'm not sure if it's safe to reveal it. Okay. So that tension is the entire story, okay, with the world, the devil, the tower, the lovers, the judgment, the hierophant, any major arcanas there. All right, huh? Yes, she's emotionally started. She started sharing emotionally. You have a you have a question. Don't expect people. A lot of people hold back because the seven of swords. Uh, it has both. Everything has polarity. Everything has opposites. All right. Everything has pros and cons. So this is a lot. A lot of times. Let me go. Let me. I'm gonna go somewhere else with this. So when you see it, you understand that due to your humble nature and composed, you always have helped others. And this, of course, this honesty, politics may be involved. There's some things that are maybe affecting your work. All right. There could be losses here in your business when you get this, especially when it comes to money. All right. This loss might put you in a significant crisis. Still, you must learn not to lose hope. Try to carefully review all last minute details of your work. You are being asked here to make all the efforts of your business. All right. Back on track fully. There's determination there. Some people may create obstacles in your job. They may be intent to tarnish your established reputation in front of your superiors. All right. So avoid sharing your essential and personal matters. All right. With such people. Also, stay alert to the environment around you. All right. This is the side here to achieve success in tasks without much effort, avoiding taking shortcuts. Okay. Take the wrong path can lead you into humiliation in front of others sooner or later. So really to understand, hopefully moving out of the strategy. Yes. No, I'm gonna talk about that. I'm gonna talk about the how to move out of secrecy. It's very important. It's not gonna happen overnight, but little by little you start dropping that guard and really saying what you really want. Because the seven of swords isn't bad. It's just cautionary. Okay, your cleverness can help you, but if it's unchecked, it can lead to loss and regret. Okay, true strategy. All right, especially when it comes to spending your money. It's transparent, it's intentional, and growth focused. All right, like the Eight of Pentacles, because you seen the Eight of Pentacles earlier, right? I should have kept all the cards out, but too much information. A lot of people like to see a lot of cards, and they're missing the point because our mind looks for there's something there. It looks for symbols, all right, and not understanding the other level that they could be operating from just the symbolic of it. All right. And let me see something else pops up. Too much information. I want to clear and digestible here. So anyway, when I be checking on your 7 day love or 7 day, how's your money going, where you need to be strategic versus where you're not supposed to be, what opportunities are coming because they're always there. But the seven of swords is a clever, sneaky, all right, and avoiding energy. Okay, so in that sense of it's cutting corners. Okay, it's being clever or it's taking risk at the end of the day. So the money, when it comes to money, behaving, hiding purchases, or not being fully honest about money, trying to get something for less than it's worth. All right, and spending, or you might be spending in secret. All right, so so just something is under the radar. All right, so seven is strategic avoidance, short-term cleverness, sometimes risky, sometimes shady. Okay, buying something on credit, hoping to make up for it later, or cutting corners to save money. So it goes on and on. They all go on and on. All right. So we'll continue with this energy and how to move without secrecy, because of course there's contradictions between clear and practical. All right. And so when you understand that when you're holding on to lessons and you learn from betrayal, mistakes, and miscommunication, they got you, but they still at weight if you still reliving them mentally. So secrets there may be a truth or insight, or you're not chosen to share something. So it's not asking you to share everything; it's to ask you to be cautionary, and especially if you're a strategic planner. All right, and this of course brings a lot of mental labor, anticipating outcomes and maneuvering accordingly. So So basically, if you guard your energy and your emotions, your thoughts, knowing when to speak and when to stay silent. So how would I move without secrecy? Basically, I would write to myself. and then I'll read it. And a lot of you guys are not going to do that. You rather just go. You rather just go and or our voice. I'll record something for me, but we are known to share things. All right. So to maintain secrecy, journal or voice notes, insights of sharing something immediately. All right. So especially when it comes to your plans and your thoughts. Okay. Pause before discussing sensitive topics. This doesn't need to be shared right now. Okay? So use your energy consciously. Focus on action, okay? Not explanation here. And so what two of swords are left behind? Because if you are leaving, right? If you're focused on these two of swords, the seven of swords leaves behind, remember that leaving these behind is just as strategic as carrying the other five. Okay? These are energies, thoughts, and attachments you no longer need to manage personally, and then releasing them into your path at the end of the day. So learn a little bit about what you're really leaving behind and what you're carrying forward. Is one of the most misunderstood cards because everybody know, oh yeah, they sneaking. They doing this, of course. Okay, you seeing it there. He's got a the energy here is red. The support, my survival. When you look at the red, it's all about my survival. Here, I gotta survive. Here, I gotta move. Shh. All right. But leaving clearly is not about being cold. It's about being clever. All right. Most people don't leave clearly because they hope the other person changes subtly, or they don't want to be the bad one. All right. Or they want to keep the door cracked, or there's a fear of course, regret. So all clean exes is about integrity. Clarity is kindness, and you can be compassionate without, right? Without thesis. Like, you don't have to write this whole long thing and explaining why you're leaving, right? It's not disappearing, ghost and manipulation, all right? And then you could close that karma out. Oh, I'm afraid what it could be, all right? I don't know if I stay, leave people better than you find them, because the five swords in the hands, the five swords that are here, they symbolize what's actively being carried. And they symbolize your knowledge, your insight, your boundaries, and strategy, and your responsibilities. And why those are why do they matter? All right, because this is how you wield and how you navigate life. All right, and so the energy to embody there, carry only what serves your growth, protection, and forward movement. Unconsciously, you are not aware. You're not aware of it. I don't think that you are, because a lot of people, you start feeling the same energy over and over and over again. Yeah, so there's pros and cons, of course, to the seven of swords. Living strategically, I'm going to repeat, it isn't bad, but living on a strategically, right, on and on and on, can disconnect you from aliveness. All right, and there's a difference. So if you're planning every move, if you're anticipating outcomes, if you're managing somebody's perception, if you're calculating risk before you take action, all right, that is head-led, that is control, and that is a safe way. All right, and a lot of people say, oh yeah, move strategic. What strategic living is, and we look at the brain and we strategize, because when we strategize so much, it becomes a cage. And if you strategize everything, you don't act from your desire, you don't express, you measure impact, and you don't surrender, you calculate. This is why we got the Eight of Swords here. I just don't want to bring all this energy. All right. And so it can, of course, it can start feeling like the energy here, like, man, I feel like now I'm trapped, because this is the only way you learn how to live. All right. Always thinking 3 moves ahead. Okay. And spontaneity. You know what gets lost? Being spontaneous, vulnerable, trusting in divine timing, emotional depth, presence. Life becomes like a chessboard instead of an experience. You got it. You see it now? You see it? Why it has its pros and cons? So when people tell you, no, I don't think I want to live like that no more. Oh, no. Man, until I realized that. Believe me. And of course, this leads anxiety, worry, always trying to be the good guy. And then this one got a whole another world, which I'm going to bring next week. And I'm also going to talk about the god and the goddesses, and the war in the heavens, and the rulership rights, and this planet versus that planet, this, the conjunct. I'm going to talk about it all. But anyway, listen, and why does it feel necessary sometimes when people go strategic? Why? when they've been hurt, when they don't trust, you got to trust timing. They fear losing control. They equate vulnerability with weakness. Strategy is protection, but protection is an expansion. This is where we all get stuck here. All right. So the balance here, there's nothing wrong with structure, and of course being strategic. All right. And a lot of times when you get the Emperor, that means that you're very structured. All right. But at some point you want to be flexible with your energy, because if not, your structure is in your cage. All right. Structure, even having a very structured life. All right. It should be your container for peace, for joy, for clarity. All right. Your container or your cage shouldn't trap you, should free you. All right. And sometimes it becomes that. All right. So just remember to have a lot of times when you say strategy, it replaces the surrender. Okay. And like blending fire and water, similar to the balance of the temperance here. When you see here, and the real question is, are you strategically to build something? Okay, so you don't feel something later. What's the difference here? Are you trying to build something, or you don't want to feel something? You feel something. A lot of times when we look at purpose, does love gives me purpose? Purpose gives me love. Am I avoiding intimacy and stay working so I don't feel nothing? Because then the Eight of Swords goes in, and it focuses on what is actually in front of you. You know, the simple truth. You don't need to what? To escape. All right, everything, just one thing at a time, one thing, one move at a time, not everything. It's not going to just go away just like that. All right, cut one limited tide, not one big leap, one limited tide at a time. Say what you really feel, even if a little bit. Make one decision instead of waiting. Remember that movement creates clarity. Thinking alone keeps you stuck. Stop waiting for the perfect clarity. Understand that what? That the 8 waits until everything feels safe. But the truth is that what? Clarity comes after movement, not before. You get stuck there, okay? Change your inner voice. Replace I can't. I'm figuring things out, okay? Replace that with I'm stuck. I have options. I just need to see them, all right? Remember that your thoughts are the cage, all right? Or the key. A habit, a person, opinion, fear of judgment. And that's why we get this here, all right? And I mean, it all came out together. It all comes out together, and a lot of times when this card shows up, it can point to the feeling of stuck in a situation, a job, a mindset, a relationship, or you just playing small to avoid risk. We just play so, no, I don't, oh, I can't. Oh, no. All right. Overthinking instead of acting. Oh, I'm going to overthink. You know, that's the worst. And there's a prayer for that when you overthink, because you have to have your emotions a safe place to land for your emotions, all right? So the advice here, the question is here, look at these two. Your thoughts, right? Is this actually true? You take one small step instead of trying to solve everything. You remove the blindfold, you get clarity, you talk it out, you write it down, you remember that you have more power. And you already see that, oh yeah, you have more power than you think, all right? So, call out the illusion. What am I afraid of? What will happen? What exactly do I think I can't do? Then you challenge that. This breaks the mental trap. All right? And it goes on and on and on. Then you take it to the 9. If I speak, I probably will mess things up. You're not trapped. You're just hesitating. It's about, this energy is about feeling trapped. Hey, Donna Davidson. But mentally, not physically. All right? You may feel stuck, restricted, or powerless. But the truth is that you're more free than you think. The limits that you have often self-doubt, fear of making the wrong move, overthinking, believing that you have no options, and what the Eight of Swords is really saying, that you're not trapped as you believe. You just can see clearly right now. And it's like being blindfolded. The Eight of Swords, those are the problems around you, but there's still space to move. You just don't trust yourself to step forward. How do you get a person to open up? Well, not being strategic. What kind of person are you dealing? Let me see what kind of person you're dealing with. All right. It depends on the person. This one, that's the last one there. You're dealing with that. What kind of let's look at gender, for example. All right. Because then, I mean, I don't want to take you all around the world, because I want to give you something sensible and quick. All right. So you're dealing with who? You're dealing with this, because this is the last card that I picked up. So when you look at both genders, Uh, you want to look, you want to be inspired, all right? You want to look at what the person inspires you, all right? Because when embody loves, when you're inspired by somebody, I show up, I show you consistently. These are the things. Female, yeah, okay. So very feminine energy, all right? How do you get them to open up? Don't lie to them. Don't lie to yourself, all right? And what I mean by that, if you're really serious, you don't pour everything out, but you don't move in secrecy. You express yourself slowly. Make sure you definitely got to build confidence. You understand? But you don't like to them at all. I don't know where this is going. See, this one takes everything to heart. This one is all emotional, okay? And one of the things, the vessel that she holds there, right? This is something is sacred to her. So this is having the emotional maturity, peace and prosperity. Thank you, thank you. You don't lie to yourself. One of the things about being assertive and being kind and moving with confidence, all right? Even if you don't have all the answers, you gotta let them know. I mean, I don't know what, huh? I'm seriously with her, all right? You let her know about your good qualities and your back. You let her select, because at the end of the day, every woman or everybody, your boyfriend or your girlfriend is your subconscious mind. And a lot of times, you ask a question. Why did you choose me? I will go me. I mean, it's hard for you to ask me because I'm a woman and I go between realms and I don't choose either side. So I will ask question, why did you choose me? What do you see in me? What do you see in yourself? Like things like that. Like I'm deep. So I can't give you that one thing. I just say don't lie and express your feelings, but don't overdo it. Always be genuine, be authentic. It's like when the sun comes out. I will have to see here and how you really embody that energy. All right, because we gotta first you gotta remember you're two. You don't want them to be surprised with another side of you. We all have that. Don't speak to them like they're here. You gotta like not change, but you have to enhance the qualities that you already have. All right, you're not gonna be either really high vibration or really. She gotta know both sides of you. You cannot be intimidating. I mean, not intimidating, like authentic. Like you don't want to be like come off like a know-it-all. Like you don't want to approach stuff just from your logic. From your analytical thinking. You want to be able to be just genuine. You know, you don't have to your whole life explain. No, that comes naturally. But you gotta let her know I'm kind and loving. All right. Don't use that same. Oh, don't take my kindness for weakness. You just incorporate new words. You enhance what you already have. You make your words more not between poetic and rational. You understand me? You don't give all these long stories, all these long explanations. Remember that woman got a list like this high. Lower your expectations about the connection. How do you let them know that even though the future's not, life is not guaranteed, nothing is guaranteed, and things are not certain when it comes to love. You choose them today. You choose them. You make a decision and you commit to your decisions. Just let her know that there's safety here, there's protection, but I come with a little bit of both. I'm dual in nature, and you understand yourself deep. You let them know that. You don't hide. Yes, I got feelings, but that's not all I have. I have a mind. All right, and you understand me? I have heart, I have mind, and I have polarity. Just let her know. Just speak to her different. Don't speak to her like every other. No, no, no. All right. Remember that a man that walks in a crowd, all right, versus that a man that walks alone. All right. Stay healthy. Try as much as you can. Like not try what do. All right. Just know the trials of the soul. Understand your experiences in life. Understand that just do things different. Don't do things like you did it before. And understand showing up, choosing you somebody consistently, somebody that builds with you. All right. Because at the end of the day, when we get the a lot of the aces, that's inspiration. Inspiration without grounding can feel intoxicating, and then it's gonna vanish. All right, because inspiration, I'm chasing, I'm feeling instead of reality, falling in love with potential, confusing activation with commitment. So we have a lot. All right. Well, inspiration is definitely at the end of the day, inspiration is sacred because nothing happens without it. All right. One is not better, they sequential. And so when inspiration is the call, the embodiment is the answer. So to understand yourself, just always understand yourself deeper and leave it at that once a month. You don't got to be deep every day. All right? Learn what you learn and always go back, oh, let me go check on myself and understand that. Just let her know that she's okay. Don't make promises. All right? Don't get all those big promises and don't do none of that. Just be you, okay? And how can you still improve? Remember, a woman will always want to change you. A woman will want to change immediately. The minute they meet you, you're changed. The minute you're married, you're getting changed. The minute you're changed. You got all this stuff. It's going in the garage. Just know that the woman you gotta set boundaries, like I tell everybody. All right? So inspiration is the energy touching you, not energy becoming you. All right? Don't let nobody change you. We could work. You gotta change yourself too. You're growing together. You want somebody that you could grow with. Oh, they will. Quick. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Because this is how, because you got to remember that a lot of people project. No, you set boundaries, healthy boundaries every day. You got to understand that we project what they like. They don't like in you. What they don't like in themselves, they see in you, and they try to change you before they could change themselves. Everybody does that. And then you go along with it, but there was nothing wrong with me. You got on the woman will change you quick. Yeah, they will. I'm sorry. They say that. No. You put those cards on the table. I'm sorry, ladies. It's the truth. It's the truth. And you're left because it's the truth. All right, y'all. This is gonna go my way. All right. Just be mindful of that. You know, you sit down on the table. You have conversation. You don't be dominant, domineering. I mean, I don't even know what you asked me. You asked me that question. Oh, we. All right. Set healthy, normal, everyday boundaries. Okay. Don't let her believe that everything's about her. That's consuming love. That's not real love. If you make everything about her, then don't operate from that level. All right. Remember that you go into different states of awareness, consciousness, depending on the mood. All right. Don't do that. Don't do that. That's very unhealthy. And then when you want, damn, I can't even get a damn break. Damn, babe. Damn, you always got to be under me. She'll start chasing you, and you don't want to do none of that nonsense. Be authentic. Listen. Yeah, it feels good. This is why I think couples crash. They're trying to get all the sex in and get all the do everything. What the hell you gonna do everything? Where the hell are we going? This is why they get burned out. They spend all that time. So after that, oh, get my body. Ugh, I don't even like it no more. It's the truth, man. I'm sorry. All right, so start slowly. All right, because you gotta accept people. And then eventually you evolve together. It's not about you evolving; they don't evolve. All right, you want to say if your energy is about evolving and becoming more aligned with true, not louder, not harder, just clearer. All right, and when you feel when you're in love, does it feel exciting or does it feel like it means losing something? All right, damn, I gotta lose something. Can we evolve together? And evolution is very intense. It's a lost identity. You shift, you let go, discomfort because shedding no skin. That's why a lot of times we get the death card. But please understand, to evolve in love makes you stop accepting less than you deserve it. You communicate instead of test. You value peace over drama. And you recognize red flags, discernment. Okay? You don't chase chaos for chemistry anymore. All right? And so just understand a little bit of it. Yes, you grow slowly, But you feel it anyway because your body will tell you. Your body's your whole alarm system. Happy blessed Sunday, elevador. Elevator has guider. Elevator has what? Guider 36666. Happy blessed Sunday. All right. But this is warm. This is gentle. But this gets lost in the realm of emotions, which could be really, really scary. It will take you down under. It's calm, but she could be a little bit delusional. All right. So just be mindful of that energy. It was May. It was May or is May 24. Where are you at? So if there's a question that you have, all right. I got one more hour and then I'm out of here. I'm going to take another break. I'm going to go get some water. If you want a romance angel, I'm going to come in with the romance angels. I wanted to do, what else? What are we going to do here? And this channel is like a portal from which we can glimpse a promise of the future. A promise lit by billions of stars. So God will speed things up for you once you connect to the divine, understanding spirituality. There's hope. Hope is that sense that something still good is possible, okay? This is the one thing that links us. Oh, I'm from Michigan. How come you got, oh, from Michigan. Okay. Do you have a question? Go ahead, drop it down in the comment. Um, Julius, if you have another question, go ahead. I'm gonna pin your. I'll be right back. All right, we got the romance angels in the house. We got healing energy. We got a little bit of what's the tea. All right, you start with that spirit of gratitude. Anchor it with gratitude. That is your superpower. All right. Ooh, see, I got this in the thing. This is not gonna fall off like it is. Grow slowly, believe slowly. Hey Taurus. Hey David Michael. Hi, hi, hi. Welcome to the live. Welcome to the channel. If you got a name, if you got a question, drop it in the comments. Welcome, welcome. If you like this live, if you like what I have to bring, drop some love. If you just new here and you just understanding some things, you're confused about love, direction, if things don't look dramatic, if your life is slow, if you're trying to keep peace, but it's no peace. How do I connect? Who do I pray? What I believe? What is going on? Just drop some love. Leave your energy good. Come in. Just here's a safe place. Where you could understand a little bit more. You don't have to overreact. We operate sometimes from our lower nature. Of course, when we don't get our way, we tend to throw tantrums. Uh, and understanding. Not everything's gonna be the way we want to, but we could show one thing that everything's gonna be okay. That you have trust in the universe and God. How do you understand God? This powerful, incredible, and luminous intelligence that we're part of. You know, that breakthrough is just that breakdown or that shakedown or that awakening is just a breakthrough for me. Uh, and it's going to change the social dynamics of the way I understand life. All right. And understand a little bit about love. When it comes to the other planets, all right, I'll be right back. I'm going to take a quick break. Be back in 2 and 2. All right. Anybody has a question? Archangel Love. Elevator has guide rail. Elevator has guide rails. All right, so let me give the romance angels and how to connect to your angels and how to understand a little bit. Uh, let's talk about the Hierophant. You still here, Miguel Torres? Miguel Torres. David Miguel? Are you Spanish? Miguel David? David Michael. D, non, U. Let me see. A, B, C, D. 4, 9, 2:27. Four 27, 28. When's your birthday? The 28th? All right. Since I was going to stay one more hour, I'm going to start another live. I'm going to go into a new live without, let's see where we want to move. How we want to move here. If you guys are here, join me in another live in, let me see. Man, I don't do, let's see. I'm trying to try to still connect. Anybody has a question? All right, I'm going to come back with a new live. People want to know who's coming towards me. Let's go there. I'm still, there's a lot of energy here. And what energy to, I'm going to go to, I'm going to go who's coming, and then what energy to avoid this week. I'm thinking, you know what? I'm just going to do a collective 7-day energy. All right. How we're going to start the energy in love. Yeah, I'm going to do that. Or I'm going to probably do it in the next live. And then what to expect. The 4 and the 5 and the 6 days are very important. And what actions you should take. And then I believe I'm going to start those reads next week. 7 cards digestible. 7 to 8 cards. And then the 9th one is the completion card. Even if you don't understand completion. The 10th is the icing on the cake. I'm going to go 7 days. Here for the collective quickly. The energy when it comes to love, your sacred vibration, what's in the heart. Of course, everybody has a unique sacred vibration. But what is in the heart, deep down inside? All right. Your hopes, your fears, your desires, what you require. The third would be the external energy. You know what I mean? It could be the universal flow. It could be an ex, which everybody wants. All right. It could be a a partner. It could be a crush. But on the 4th day, the universe speaks to you, and it says, do this, try that, don't do this, and you do it anyway. All right, one more, here we go. And the universe speaks to you through synchronicity, sound, frequency, vibration, your thoughts, what you experience in your body. One more. 7-day love energy. One more. One more. One more. Thank you. And I want to take this thing off. I have this I have my stuff plug in. Today, harmonious love. Okay. It looks like the week starts beautiful. Of course, the 10 of Cups is the icing on the cake. I got family, I got friends. Everything feels wonderful together, celebrating family. Instead of ending on a beautiful note, your week starts on a beautiful note. Whether it is family that's close to you. It could be neighbors. It could be somewhere in your community. It could be church. This is church time when the emotions are really, really high. Of course, emotions gives a lot of color. And of course, love gives it the structure. Emotion is loud. It's fantastic. Just the emotional horizon. Cooperation is there. Just love, beauty, and just a successful reunion for some of you. Co-parenting. Kids are happy by Monday. Yeah. Knight of Wands. You wanted something here. It's like a lot of you guys want, it could be here, it could not be here. It's the Knight of Wands is the energy of, it's very intense. I know that the moon will be in Libra. And then after that goes Scorpius. Very, okay. Oh, somebody left. But anyway, let's go ahead. The Three of Pentacles, your external energy on first, second, third day. The shadow to watch out for here. Putting more into a relationship here. But the Knight of Wands is like you ask for energy here because something could come in. Something could come in very quickly for a lot of you, so you could, guys could be moving quickly. This is a flirty kind of magnetic, I know that I want you, I may still long, I could be, man, it's like, because the energy is not long term, all right? So be careful with this energy. It's like you asked for this energy, like something was just so calm. That's one thing about emotions, but they could rise up at any minute. All right. But I don't really know if because I haven't checked for the cosmic weather. You haven't gone there yet. But if you ask for it today, it's going to come in quickly. Okay. So be mindful of that. The Three of Pentacles is like, for me, it's not only about work collaboration, it's about understanding more of dedication and effort, because it's like if you want commitment here, right, you should understand that it takes two. It's like, don't treat your relationships like a project. This is somebody that doesn't really want to be there. I don't know where this is going. All right. There, wow, we got a lot of young energy. Wow. There we go. There we go. Look at a lot of young energy. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And and like I told you, wow, we got a lot of young energy there. Wow. And then the death card there. So I love that. I'm gonna end it with this because we look at the King and the Queen of Swords. And when we look at them, we look at Michael, Archangel Michael. All right. It's like your angels are warning you today. All right. And I'm going to speak about the sword of the truth here, and the many levels of awareness that this card brings, because it's carrying the truth. All right. You are able to act clear, discerning choices, and eliminate unwanted influences. All right. Not in a harmful matter. So the universal law of 100% free will, the entity, you have to obey. You have to, the sword around you through uh, awareness, saying, I command that, oh, this, like if you're trying to command something here, all right? So I don't know if the energy's here for you guys today, all right? It's like, I have this energy field, but it's like I want clear contact first, and the sword of the truth can be used to clear your psychic cords. You know what I mean? So another function of the sword of the truth is as making discerning observations and choices that you can practice holding the sword of truth. Because if I'm giving you from my perspective, I will understand this, and I will say to you, hey, you can practice holding the sword of truth, pointing it upward while saying things that are true and false. You know what I mean? And the sword of truth remains strong and bright in the presence of deception. All right. It does when it does, and when it goes limp, you practice, all right, this process with statements that are true or false until you consistently get recognizable response from the sword, because it's a very powerful energy, and you will be able to use it in other ways. For instance, if you're unsure about a person's honesty, you can visualize the person in front of you, and the sword should be, well, what, you should see them because you see them. All right, so visualization is very important here. All right. So while imagining him and her talking to you, if the sword of truth remains strong and bright, this person is telling you the truth. Because a lot of times, that's what it's telling you. You're not really understanding this energy. Hey, Deborah, you got to really understand this energy. I don't know the two people that left and two they likes. That's just stupid. But, all right, I'm here to teach you some things so you can use this sword. Because this comes out over and over again. Hey, Deborah Wheeler, all right? And so let's say you ensure of a person's honesty. All right, you could basically do this on your own. You could visualize the person right in front of you with the sword of truth while you imagine him or her talking to you. So if the sword of truth remains strong and bright. This person is basically telling you the truth. Like, you don't need to go to outside sources. Hey, Kat, how are you? All right. So probably lying if it gets stolen, regardless of the outcome. You're responsible. You're responsible for the discernment. All right. Not judgment. In fact, you begin to use the sword to judge others. Uh, if you feel superior to them, it will be taken from you. All right. So this is to have this sword is a privilege. You gotta really, man, when you understand, and especially the clouds here. All right. When you're under suspicion, when you're not clear yet. All right. When your mind starts cutting, you gotta understand. We talking about kings were centralized because they need to order the tribes. So you have this already within you. All right. Do you have you have a question, Wheeler? All right. So you got to understand a little bit of the sword and carrying the sword of truth, and are you able to clear discerning choices and eliminate unwanted influences? Because you could do that. All right. So this energy, the will of the divine is really to help you here into your discernment. All right. And you understand a little bit of Archangel Michael as a woman, or the aspect of it, because it's of course feminine. You got to understand Michaela. All right. It has a counterpart. This is what it always comes up. Archangel Michaela. Michaela is the twin flames. These are the twin flames. These are the twin flames of the lovers. All right. It shows up here. All right. It shows up here, and you guys are all right. Nine of Pentacles. The Empress. The Eight of Swords not showing up here. All right. So we have what's going on here, Deborah? Alexandra, pick a hair. Alexandra, may I have a general? Go ahead, ask a general question. Deborah, I have the Nine of Pentacles and the Empress with the Nine of Swords. I mean, with the Eight of Swords. But anyway, understanding Archangel Michaela, and those are the twin flames. So one is the light body only appear Archangel Michael. This is the dual nature. Archangel Michael is also the protector of the goddess of the divine feminine energy. All right? And the union, conjunction of the sacred marriage. Sacred marriage can be between inner male, and individual between a man or a woman in separate bodies. So the sword of truth is a symbol of alignment with protection for the divine truth. The female counterpart to the sword is the Holy Grail, which is a symbol for the goddesses of the sacred marriage. So I really want you to learn this, and the ones that are really, listen, if you're going, taking your life, coming back, stop it. All right? Just stop it. You're here to learn. You're going to learn more than you're really going to learn how to use your power, your sword. All right? So how does the rest of my month look like? No, you didn't ask me. Oh, yeah, that is a question. All right, let's see what the rest of the month look like. You got how many days? We're finished on the 20th and the 30th, right? Oh, that's right. I don't have to work tomorrow. And here I am getting ready to work tomorrow. Hot dog. All right? Understand Michael and Michaela, the counterpart. Understand what it's telling you and how you could use this energy here. But you have to speak the truth. If you want somebody to be honest, you got to learn how you carry this angel, and then understanding the nature. All right? Of course, both counterparts. You understand the masculine, the divine masculine, the divine feminine. All right? Because the divine masculine, he's present, he's focused, he's confident, he's faith, he's not judgmental. This is neutral to objectivity, emotional unbiased, right? So he makes decisions based on facts, not feelings, although he got the feeling mind. All right? He's logical, accountable, committed, protective, supportive, encouraging. When he's in that divine state. All right? When he's wounded, this is why I don't do reversals. I do shadows. Because when he's wounded, he's selfish. He's masculine. He's defensive. He's dominating. He's competitive. He's inflexible. He's cold. He's calculating. He's unemotional. He's fear-driven. All right? The mature, feminine, authentic, self-compassionate, self-assured. She has healthy boundaries. Or the aspect of the feminine counterpart. Trust her intuition. But when this feminine aspects of yourself is wounded, self-doubt, that's dependence. Suppress my voice. I'm overgiving. I'm lacking boundaries. I'm a proven seeker. I seek an approval. I'm fear of conflict. I'm perfectionist. I'm disconnected. I'm suppressed emotions. But with the Christ consciousness, unconditional love is one of the ones that we know that we want with everything, all right? It leads to much freedom here. Denial, defensive, and avoidant, all right? Do not be overly confident here, but have standards, all right? How does the rest of the month look? Are you ready? All right? So it's telling you a lot of important things and the dual nature, and understand when you want to call for Archangel Michael, truth, courage, and energetic clarity. Because, of course, you know, Archangel Michael is known as tradition as a warrior of light and a defender of divine order in Christianity. He appears in the book of Revelation, defeating darkness. But that darkness is your shadow, all right? You don't, man, when I'm going to blow it up with how you understand Archangel Michael, the shadow, the him stepping on that devil, that is you. That's your shadow. That is not what you think it is, all right? So, how to invoke, how to call on Angel Michael when you're feeling attacked, and maybe by your own energy, the way you think, the way the way you carry all the energy here, all right? Michael energy is clean, direct, and decisive, all right? He, when we look beyond religion, he represents the archetype of boundaries, spiritual protection, cutting course, moral clarity, strength under pressure. All right, let me go ahead to your question. Are you here, Alexandria Pickett? Let's go ahead. I was going to go into another live. Michael, he who walks with me, defeating your dark energy. All right? And of course, you know him through the Catholic Church as chief protector and guardian. All right? If you feeling spiritually attacked. All right? Let's go ahead, Alexandra. Let's see the rest of the month. You didn't ask me anything specific. So I am going to go with the angel of abundance or archangel. Matter of fact, I'm going to give you an archangel. Before I turn these around, one more. Thank you, thank you, thank you. One more. One more. Oh, my God. Let's see. One more. So we got the King of Cups here. All right, so we got the Four Swords. We got the Three of Wands. So they your angels are telling you to go big. All right, to expand. All right, there's something that you want here, but right now it is telling you to reflect. Because it's like you're gonna add more hurt. Have you been healing? All right, have you been healing yet? Right. I don't know what you're watching. I don't know if you're trying to sabotage. I don't want to do this. I'm sorry. All right, be specific here because it's taking me somewhere. As soon as I see the Ten of Swords, the clarity arrives once you're clear what you want. All right, you don't get to see one thing about tarot. It doesn't bring you straight to the happily ever after. All right, it doesn't do that. It allows an honest process as you processes your emotion, because it could be yes. There's something that you want here, that you see a future with somebody, but you are scared here. All right, there's a comfort here. All right. It's like you want to go out of your comfort zone. There's something that you plan already, and you're setting for, but it's like there's some endless. I don't know if you put applications out. I don't know if you're waiting for a return. There's something so deep here, but it has to meet emotional maturity. But one thing about your angels, you always had this like thought pack form instantaneously when your archangels, whatever you believe in, because you can pull this energy down, by the way. All right, when you're thinking about something really really deep, and you instantaneously, like, you get this eureka moment where you know things. Wow, how do I know this? All right, because you looking between religious and spirituality. All right, religion is more of a container, and you having your own experience with the divine. All right, I'm single. I don't know what that's about. All right, but why did the King of Cups came out? All right. And so, yeah, you got a neutral card, because right now you're not sticking with no, basically, you're not sticking with no karmic card. So very neutral energy, by the way, the Four of Swords. All right. I'm trying to expand my business. Oh, that's what you're doing. So did you get your LLC? Is that something that you're looking for? All right. Because we had the card of course, expansion. All right. So understanding here between expansion and waiting. You know what I mean? Like, if you're ready to expand your business, you started something. That's why I told you. So then give me something, because you don't understand that I know these cards inside out. So I want you to tell me exactly in which area you're trying to grow. All right? Because you have growth, but you have stalling. I don't know if you're worrying about the money, because I don't know exactly where you want me to take it to. All right? Especially if you're new here. So what are you trying to do here? Are you getting in contact with people like to like put security or insurance? You know, like what exactly that I want to get it. There you go. I don't want you to have me going around in circles because see a lot of us we expect a big reveal. That's just lies. All right? So what are you doing to get out of that comfort? Because you got the planet of expansions. So when I get that, I get Sagittarius, Leo, Aries, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. See, because we go between idealistic, the ideas versus what's real. You understand me? Yes, we have all these beautiful, incredible ideas, but in order to that, I didn't see any practicality. Are you doing the practicality of it? It requires not only thinking, organizing, but we have all these ideas about the future. Wow, but are you really expanding that? Because when you talk about a planet as Jupiter, we got Mars, we got the Sun, which give you identity, life force, vitality. So where do you want me to go with this? You want to just hear the words that you want to hear? Your future looks amazing. What are you willing to do? All right. See the King of Cups. All right. It could represent somebody in your life or purpose, because a lot of us we get purpose once we get hurt, and we don't deal with the hurt. We rather say, you know what? See, you need when we get purpose from love or love, because there's emotion there. All right, how you put in your emotions. So you understand me? So I want you to take me somewhere, because the Three of Wands is not what you think it is. All right, it's about you exploring, because that's one thing about Jupiter. He expands what's there. All right. I don't know who told you this. Oh, Jupiter, blah, blah, blah. People could put all these ideas in your head, but it's up to you to receive them. Do you apply them? It's not that easy. All right. Jupiter will expand through exploration to travel. All right. That's how it works. When it comes to Pisces, it touches you through what? Through faith and belief and collaborations with people from different cultures. All right. You got to understand that I'm not here to give you a fantasy. You can forget that. I'm here to help you enhance and learn. I don't know if you really understand what I'm doing here, but I want you to understand. I'm not here to sell you a fan. I'm here to tell you that you got the gift. All right, but are you brave enough to step out of the comfort zone instead of looking and waiting, endless waiting and searching? When are you ready to expand? Because you are expanding here, but have you healed? Are you worrying here? Let me tell you something. That container should be a place for you to heal. What are you trying to protect? What are you trying to grow? A job, education, school, of love. What it is that you really want. You understand me? So when you come in here, I'm not gonna tell you this whole elaborate story just so you can feel good. I'm not stroking your ego. I'm helping you aware. Yeah, there are opportunities there. You got Mars, you got the Sun. The Sun say, hey, allow me to take you on your appointed path. Mars say, I'm going to give you that drive ambition. There you go. What are you prepared to do? Are you prepared to go ahead and align? Are you asking? Are you waiting? Oh God, waiting on somebody else. I didn't see no practicality there. This is why I seen a lot of emotion. I seen a lot of inspiration, and you got it within you, but are you trusting yourself enough to go big? You have to go big. When Jupiter blesses, it touches whatever you have. It's the karmic. It's a good karma, okay? You done your work. You prepare well, all right? You have all your things in order. So now what? What are you waiting for now? What is the hesitation there, all right? Who are you asking? Who are you connecting to? You understand me? If you think you came here and I'm going to tell you, no, yeah, no, I'm not going to do that, because I'm not going to help you anything. I'm not going to help you recognize what you already come in with. The Three of Wands is all about expansion, growth, but it is through moving. Remember, we're talking about the third house. The third house has to do with community, staying in your same community, traveling short trips. You have to learn how to think bigger and explain. You understand me? All right. I hope that helped you. I mean, next time ask for really, really, money, my business is gonna. You'll be successful once you expand the group of friends, the people. You gotta learn how to go and what is that word called? Bandwidth. You need to go channel. You need to go to different channels. You need to go out there and say, hey, listen, I want in on this. Be assertive. All right. You got Mars. There are conjunctions, there are sex. So there are things that are happening. I don't know your first house, your second house. I don't know exactly where you're at. But I'm not gonna lie to you and tell you, everything's gonna be. You got to put some work in it. All right. You could do it if you want to. Are you gonna end this way? Are you gonna think about where the money's gonna come? All right? And you think it was, oh, I don't know when the money's going to come. Oh, I don't know. There's so many problems. See, that's when you have scarcity mindset, you start thinking about all the problems. How is nobody's going to help me? There's no one here. I feel unsupported. I get it. But at some point, you're going to have to take matters into your own hands. You're going to have to remove the things that you learned in the past. You understand me? You got it there. All right? It feels like you're ready. You started something. You're aware. This is when you start asking for the help. This is when you start connection, networking. This is where you bring people to your dreams. This is you being inspired. Remember, nothing starts without inspiration, which is sacred. But if anything just stays inspired and it doesn't move anywhere, all right, you can have all the big ideas, all the dreams, but if you don't anchor them and make them real, all right, trust in you, all right, connect to the angels. I don't know how you connect. Ask ancestors, ask for guidance. You should get it, all right. Where do you start? That's a different story. Okay, I can help you with that. I can help you. I can just guide you. Say, hey, listen, you're on the right trajectory. All right. Now, what it is that you need to do here? What planets are you understanding? You understanding Saturn? Do you have the discipline? I mean, I know because I did that before. I started many businesses. All right. Listen, a lot of times here, you know, inspiration feel exciting, insight, sudden clarity, desires to act someday. It lights up your future, of course. All right. But it's an important distinction because I see, I feel, I want, I embody, I am, I live it, I sustain it. Inspiration lives in the ones, all right? That fire, that spark, all right? Understanding that pentacles live in the body, repetition, inspired. You have to be grounded and rooted in that. Of course, it feels very intoxicating, yes. You know, sometimes you could wake up very inspired chasing what you're feeling. Sometimes the motivation is going to be activation. But when you make a decision, you stay committed with that decision. All right? Inspiration is the call of embodiment is the answer. All right? One is not better than the other. At the end of the day, they are sequential. All right? And when you embody, you don't you build a life that you want. Not only inspiration alone, but nothing meaningful begins without it. All right? So it's okay to feel inspired, and but make sure that you have follow through. You know, what are you actually building with it? A lot of times we don't have that support, and that could worry us. Get out there, let people see you. All right. Work on your shadow. I mean, you got Saturn, you got Jupiter. You need a little bit things to do to work on. Remember again, Jupiter's energy. All right. I think I'm gonna get off this live. And I hope that you really understand, and you have the gifts there. You know, a lot of times we just want to hear beautiful words because it makes you feel good. I'm not here to make you feel good. You can forget that. No, ain't no you making you feel good. All right? I won't be doing my job if I have to. Nope. Forget that feeling because I'm going to give you what's right and fair so you could get moving. There's things that you want to do, but you just need that push. All right? You need that push. All right? And especially when we look at money. You know, when we look at money, money has been demonized as the root of all evil by religion. All right? So religion can have the money. Religious leaders, you know, money is not just a paper, it's value. You know, and your value is the amount of energy that you put into anything. Anything is worth, all right? And so, whatever you want to do here, okay? You give value to something. It's not about the money, okay? If you put body and power into it, it can give you the things that you want, right? So when you start to move your value between people in a different way, you grow, you expand financially, all right? And when you don't demonize money, I didn't see it here, but you won't never get no value. That's why darkness, the devil card says, right? It's good for that energy. Darkness always makes money. They don't have a trauma with it. They don't have trauma with value or power. They are power. All right. They say, I will do what I have to do. All right. And I create the life that I want. And so just understand a little bit. So when we have trauma with money, our ethics, our morals, our values, how we get that guidance when we decide to work, make decisions, and live a good life. All right, we all want that good life, but we are scared because we're looking, oh God, the money's the root of all evil. All right. I'm going to go into a new live and talk about, all right. I'm going to talk about what? Let me see who's coming towards you next 7 days. Or if not, I'm just going to leave it there. All right. A lot of people don't really understand, you know, a lot of energy, and it could be difficult. All right. And then remember that risk-averse people, when that's Four of Pentacles, let's see if it shows up. When that Four of Pentacles shows up, risk-averse people, they are less likely to take risks and more likely to conform to value traditions anyway. All right? It's because a lot of times they value tradition, and this reflects stricter parenting styles, career choices oriented towards job and financial security, uncertainty of the unknown. They seek safe investment even if they don't provide a very high return. All right? Even if you understand, you know. So if you understand what cups needs your attention, right? Any cup, when you get a lot of cups here, there's a lot of cups that represent needs your attention. All right. That comes out again. Cups, emotions, and the lease of life. Baby, 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 baby. And blah, 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 blah. Mm-hmm. I wanted to do a 7-day energy read. I think I'm gonna come back with a 7-day energy read, all right? All right, I'm gonna get off this live because I still have 1 more hour. I'm gonna take a quick break. I'm gonna come back with who's coming towards you and what energy to avoid this week. I'm gonna go. Hopefully I go 3 signs. I'm gonna start with Gemini, Aries, and Taurus. Okay, so if you're dealing with those signs, just go find out a little deeper about the person and what that source are really telling you. Okay, yeah. All right. I love you guys and thank you so much for joining me in this live. I appreciate you and how you relax after a long day. How do you ground? Do you go eat a good meal? You take a nice shower. You clean. What do you do? Yeah. Some people do it different. Some people ground different. All right. I love you. I'll see you guys in the next life. Bye-bye.